we've had some questions about the COVID-19 vaccine. I was actually on with the air traffic controllers in one of the areas around here, large air traffic control thing, and did a Q&A with them. And one of the questions that came up was, if you have already had COVID-19, should you then turn around and get the vaccine? And I wasn't 100% sure, but I know that the vaccine makes different antibodies than the virus does. How do I know? Because I tried to cheat when I was in the Pfizer trial. They gave me an injection, 2 injections, 3 weeks apart. I thought that I had gotten vaccine because I had pain in my shoulder and had some mild muscle aches and pains. It was like saline isn't going to do that. But then I went and tried to cheat the system a little bit and asked my primary care to order COVID-19 antibodies on me, and they were negative. I'm like, well, crap. That means I got the placebo. But as very often is the case in science, what I assumed made sense wasn't really true, because the vaccine makes a different antibody, a different set of antibodies than the having the illness does. So there are a couple of trains of thought that if you get the virus after getting the vaccine and you're generating a different set of antibodies, that the first set could block the second set and cause a chain reaction that would cause a very serious syndrome. This was seen in some experimental models and in cat coronavirus vaccine trials way back when they were first starting with this. And so there are some people who have some concerns about that. Well, it turns out so far so good, because there were quite a few people that got the virus in the trial. Compared to the placebo group, only 5% had contracted the illness in the vaccine group. So if there were 100 people in the placebo group, 5 in the vaccine group actually got COVID-19, but none of them had that severe syndrome that we were worried about. So, but 100% of them didn't die too. So that was a real plus. So that doesn't seem to be an issue. So I went to the CDC website, and they actually have an answer for that. And they said, yes, we believe that you should get the vaccine even if you've already had COVID-19. So don't worry about that. And maybe gives you even better long-term immunity to have both sets of antibodies, in your body.
I've heard that side effects of the vaccine are worse if you've recently had COVID.
Well, and that makes sense, doesn't it? Because
It kind of does, yes.
When you inject this mRNA strand, it's instructions on making a viral protein that the body makes antibodies against. If you already have antibodies against it, it will mount a more vigorous response to the vaccine. But that's a good thing. So that makes sense. And when you get that pain and the muscle aches and pain, you know your immune system is revving up to fight off this pseudo-infection that you're creating, because that's the way this appears to the body, is viral proteins that are emerging from the surface of the cells, and they're expressed on the surface of the cell. Looks just like an infection to the body. So you're mounting a good immune response against that. So it's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.